moving to Japan!
See you guys soon!
See you guys soon!
Video is all the reasons why we're moving to Japan.
Right. So 今日はね、皆さんがすごく気になっていらっしゃる移住の理由を説明していきたいと思います。かなり長くなると思うんですが Yeah, actually so many reasons that we cannot you know, put into one, but
Right, but the number one thing we agreed on.
So we have a three, right?
Right, we have three major reasons that we really want to hone in on. But the number one we both really agreed on was family.
Yes, family.
Family was definitely our number one reason.
Yeah.
And it got us thinking about what other reasons would be pros and cons of moving to Japan. And another big one was just the feeling of safety in Japan.
Yeah.
Anywhere you go, whatever you're doing, and having small children, growing up in a way that they can feel safe. And with safety, other parts, like there's very little violent crime. There's less drugs. I don't know if any drugs, but I don't know about drugs
there.
No,
I mean, no access to drugs.
Right, very difficult. So in some parts of California, it's kind of a problem where some kids get into drug problem, and then there's no guns.
Yeah.
Right. So I don't
That's the
feel
big deal.
as threat. So obviously in America, we have the right to bear arms, which is to have guns.
Yeah.
And so yes, it's legal, but criminals also have guns too. So that's
a big deal in America.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know, as a Japanese, I was not aware of it like before. I mean, I knew that that's a scary thing, but I didn't know like all the neighbor has it. You know, like
Right. Like random people have
yeah,
it.
random people have it, and I didn't know so many, you know, like a lot of criminal thing. And especially after the pandemic happened, it's getting really bad safety part. You know, and even San Diego, it used to be in downtown. San Diego was really safe compared to like LA. Yeah, like think about after the pandemic, it's here, even San Diego, it's getting a little bit dangerous.
Like when you grew up in Japan, did you ever go to the store by yourself?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
did.
I never did. I mean, especially now.
Or you know, thinking about the elementary school or like 7 years old walk to the school themselves. I mean, from
here?
American, yeah, he's shocked. You know, like.
I was saying here, if a kid's walking by themselves, sometimes the people will call the police.
Oh yeah.
They think someone's happened, right?
Right. But in Japan, you see it. All Americans who visit Japan, everyone say that wow, like kids are walking themselves and going somewhere or taking trains.
Yeah.
That even for me, like I grew up that way, then I know everyone does it. But because of I'm raising kids here, then I'm taking my kids to school and picking up all that stuff. Then I got already used to like this lifestyle. And then going back to Japan and then see the little kids taking trains themselves, then I get a little bit worried.
Yeah, so also the way they can do that is because Japan is very safe.
Yeah.
Like even, for example here, you can't even go past the front gate in the school as a parent. It's too risky. They don't know who you are.
Right.
So that's, in Japan I feel like, oh wow, they have a much more independent life.
Yeah.
Where the parents support them, but they're learning more responsibilities. It's such a great way to raise children, I feel.
Yeah. Here, the parents pick them up. Then after school, a lot of activity, maybe in Japan too. But I used to be like, okay, after school, going to someone's house or, you know, riding bike and go somewhere without telling parents, you know. It was normal, like middle school, you know. But here, even middle school, probably high school, you need a ride.
Yeah.
And parents have to take kids somewhere to meet up friends or, you know, activities. But in Japan, kids are more independent because they can do it themselves. And also parents, less work, you know, like for the...
less worried.
Less worry, less work to
yeah, true. So if they want to go to let's say they want to go swimming with their friend, okay, take the train to the pool, good luck, see you
Right,
later.
Right.
Right?
But here you have to actually like drive for them or take them somewhere, like, or going to pick, like drop off and pick up to school. It's a lot of work. But in Japan, like parents, like, they don't really need to do it, right?
Yeah, they're more independent because they've been taught how to be responsible, and also the people everyone else in the city, they look out for the kids.
Yeah.
That's also a big deal.
Right.
They look out for the kids, and we talked about like there's no guns in Japan, like there's no drugs in Japan.
Right.
So
nothing to worry about.
A lot less to worry about.
Yeah.
Like, and so that makes us feel safety that the kids can be able to do what they want to do.
Yeah.
Also safety for me and you. I feel safer.
Right.
Like walking at night home after drinking, whatever. I don't feel like you're gonna get hurt or something, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Living here, a lot of you have to be like cautious more, like little thing, like going to the bathroom in the mall.
Oh, yeah.
You cannot let the kids go themselves.
Oh, yeah.
You definitely have to be there with them. Everywhere you go, you have to be cautious. But I feel like in Japan, less worried, and that's how I grew up. So I want them to, I want my kids get experience it too.
Well, even I grew up that way. Like I could ride my bike somewhere.
Right. True.
But I think that was 1980s. But now 2024.
No one.
I don't think any kid is riding a bike to the mall to pick up like whatever their parents need. And we didn't watch a show in Japan. The little children, they're like going to the task.
Oh yeah, 初めてのお伝え.
And so I was like, how is this possible? It blew me away.
It makes me cry a lot of time
Yeah.
because when we were watching, because we became parents and think about like, raising kids in America, we got used to that, the point that kids walk themselves.
We think if Luke was in that position, so the thing is, right now our kids, they would not make it in that show because they've never been trained in this or understood how you can do these things, but they're capable. Just they haven't been shown or taught. In America, you cannot try, it's too risky. So okay, try going down to the mailbox. I don't think he's ever gone to the mailbox by himself to get the mail.
Right.
That's so easy.
Right.
10 houses down. Even that alone, I'm like, this is kind of weird, right?
Yeah.
But he can do it, I guarantee you. If he was, okay, here's how you do it. You be responsible. I want to instill that in my kids. That Japanese mindset, I love it. It's awesome. Independence and freedom come with responsibility.
Yeah, more responsibility.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, hey, I need you to take the train and go to Achan's and deliver this, whatever.
Yeah.
She forgot her jacket. We don't, not at 4 years old,
Right.
but maybe a little older. Haley can do it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Or ride the bike to the train station and wait for Gigi. Right? Wait for Grandpa.
Yeah.
He'll come. He's coming on the train, and then you're gonna
They'll
ride.
do it.
Yeah.
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 But here, less experience like that. Kids are like also here it's independent too, but it's like a different way.
They can't drive until they're 16 here, and no one rides their bike far anymore.
Right.
It's just different, and they don't because it's not safe. They could totally do it, but it's not worth the risk as a parent.
Or depending on area, I would say, because it might be like really countryside, like everyone knows everyone. Then it'll be a different story, but. Here,
where we live.
In California, in San Diego,
so
no one really.
Yeah, so on that topic, like the reason also is around the convenience of Japan.
Yeah.
Like not only the kids can take train, but hey, I can take a train. I can hop on a train. Where we live, you have to drive everywhere,
right?
And that's most of California. There's no train here, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Like I know New York and London have good train, but would you want to be on a subway in New York? I'm not sure. My experience in Japan train was super nice. I was like, Carter, shh, don't talk. Oh, I'm so sorry. And nobody talks or bothers you or makes a noise. So that's awesome, right? So for me, that capability is so nice to have an extra feature for Japan, right? To get anywhere you want to go, you walk wherever you want to go and find the train. Right.
Or let's say if like even right now, like in this nomad life, we sold one car and we only have one car.
Yeah.
And if one of them goes somewhere, one of them has to stay and
Yeah.
cannot go anywhere.
And
But we kind of like.
You can go. There's like rideshare Uber.
I mean,
but it's
yeah,
it's so expensive.
Yeah.
Like it's not worth it.
Right.
It's like if I need to go somewhere emergency, sure. But the convenience of the transit.
Yeah.
And it's connecting everything.
All the transportation.
Yeah.
Like in Japan, it's incredible. Like
Yeah.
taking bus, train,
Mm-hmm.
like bullet train, like
Yeah.
go to the other cities so quick.
And
And
it's
on
clean
time.
and nice
Clean
and safe,
on time,
right? Oh.
safe. We love it. When I was there, I never thought because that's the normal for me,
Right.
but I never thought that's an amazing thing. But when I got here,
Oh, yeah.
when I take a train, like let's say, bus is coming once an hour.
And it's late.
And it's
Yeah.
late. Like
Yeah.
late means like 30 minutes late or
Yeah.
something like that. Like I cannot make it to my school, you know.
Right.
So it's so different.
Not just the safety in Japan or the convenience or the independence, but all kind of bundled up in the lifestyle that you can kind of take care of yourself and do what you need to do much easier, right?
Yeah.
For children, for me, for her, for example, if her mom wants to come visit, they can drive or they can take the train, we can
Right.
pick them up.
Right.
It's so many options.
Yeah.
We can meet up friends where we want to meet up. We don't,
Yeah.
they don't have to come get picked up or take 5 cars and park somewhere, right? So I really enjoy that. And it's clean. It's not gross. It's not like you're like sacrificing anything. Yeah. So also like the lifestyle in Japan we really like. And when you came back from summer and you told me how in school the kids serve each other and they clean up after themselves. And also I read that they eat vegetables and they're taught healthy habits at school.
No,
No,
the school lunch is
Right.
It's so healthy,
Right.
like compared to America. All my Japanese girlfriend who lives in here, they have a kids, like
Yeah.
talk about we don't want them to have American
lunch.
school lunch because it's unhealthy.
Yeah.
All the fried food and burgers and chicken, like fried chickens on a mac and cheese, right? But school lunch in Japan, like amazing. I was so shocked at how healthy it is, and yeah.
No, Haley told me like they teach how healthy food makes you grow and why it's important at a young age. I don't know why they don't teach that here. I think because they want to sell more stuff here, and so they don't prioritize that.
Yeah, but also the educational part. I've researched because I was curious to know how Japanese education and why America. You know, people think America is the better. You know, but I feel like as I know, university in America is the top of class in the world. You know, like
But you have to pay a lot of money for that.
Yeah,
That's the thing. So
yeah.
you're paying a lot.
Right.
So you better be good.
Right. But educational,
Like
elementary, middle school, it's actually Japan is better.
Oh wow.
Study shows that Japanese elementary and middle school educational level is actually high. So I was kind of shocked that I never thought that it is. So
So also, when you're in Japan, you kind of speak Japanese.
Right.
So
that's the main thing. That maybe that's the second reason for me, I guess, because here in English, teaching Japanese, it's so hard, and
we started them off first 5 years of English.
yeah,
So they've already got a good base of English.
Sure,
But
sure.
if you learn Japanese in California, it's much harder to learn.
oh yeah,
You have to study every day and put a lot of effort in. Where I think maybe in Japan, English is a class they take. I don't know many,
So many English.
Japanese classes in America. It's not as common.
yeah. Well,
Like
there
in school,
is,
I'm saying. Like it was Spanish, German, or French. There was no.
Oh,
So it's different,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
There might be some. I'm sure there is.
in public school.
In public
yeah.
school, but in Japan, Haley told me there's an English class.
Yeah, there's English.
So right away she's learning English, and I'm English.
Right.
So we want our kids to talk to her parents and cousins and uncles and aunties and your friends.
Well, it will be possible here too. Like
it's tough.
talking is not hard.
Yeah.
But I would say talking is okay, but reading, writing, it's hard to teach,
Yeah.
especially Japanese.
Like the culture of Japan, the kids learning the language, knowing where they come from, that's super important. And then we talked about, oh, maybe in the future we could retire Japan. And then obviously we're like, well, why not now? What if we never know tomorrow will bring?
Right.
Like when
that's maybe like a last reason.
Yeah, so like like not last reason, but the last reason that we thought about and we made a decision, right?
Right.
We thought like, well, if we wait,